Okay, so yesterday we have covered the point. Okay, the points related with logical operator, logical and logical or operator. Now, to check this, I'm going to give you one problem statement. Okay, now I want to implement a program to find largest number out of any three numbers. Okay, now this is my problem statement. Implement a program to find largest number out of any three numbers. So in previous lectures, okay, we have found the largest number in two numbers. You may have remember this point. Okay, I will write a program for finding the largest number in two numbers. Okay. So how to write a program to find largest number in two numbers? Say I will assign here as 100 and B, let's say 150. Okay, so which one is the largest number in 100 and 150? Yes?
150.
1, 150, okay. And we have implemented with this program. If A is greater than B, then printf A is its largest number. Okay. Else I'm going to print B is the largest number. If you execute it, so your answer will be B is the largest number. But what I want to find out now, I want to find out if I have one more number, let's say C as 200. So which one is the largest number? Hello?
C.
C is the largest number, right? But now, how to write a program to identify the largest number if I have given three numbers? Yes, can you tell me how to identify the largest number if I have given you the three numbers? Yes. Okay, you can take the help of last lecture. Okay, the point we discussed in the last lecture. We have discussed 2 points. One is logical AND operator and other is logical.
B को कैसी है
Yes. Hello. Hello. Okay. So how we are going to implement it? Can you tell me? Yesterday we have seen this example. We have used logical and logical OR operators. If you remember the points related with logical and logical OR operators. So by using this logical and or logical OR operators, you can try to implement it. Okay, so we'll have pause here. Okay, when we are when we have executed the largest number in between two numbers A and B. Okay, what happens here? A is compared with B. In else part, B is compared with A. Okay. But now our program is to find the largest number out of any three numbers. So I have these three numbers. Now what I have to do here, I need to compare A with B and the C. Then I need to compare B with A and C. I need to compare C with A and B. If I do this way, I can easily find out which one is the largest number. Okay, this is one hint for you. See, when we implement a program to find largest number between two numbers, okay, ज्यावेळेस आपल्याला दोन नंबर मधला जर एखादा लार्जेस्ट नंबर म्हणजे मोठा नंबर जर आयडेंटिफाय करायचा असेल, व्हॉट वी आर डुईंग, वी आर कम्पेअरिंग वन नंबर विथ अदर नंबर. बरोबर. इफ मध्ये आता आपण काय केले, एक नंबर हा दुसऱ्या नंबर बरोबर कम्पेअर केलाय. बरोबर. जर ही कंडिशन ट्रू असेल तर काय होईल की फर्स्ट नंबर, that means A is the largest number. But if this condition false, याचा अर्थ काय होतो, B is greater than A. म्हणजे इथं काय कम्पेअर झालंय, B सुद्धा A बरोबर कम्पेअर झालंय. बरोबर. So when B is greater than A, it will print B. Same logic we have to use for solving this problem. Now instead of 2, I have here three numbers. One number, first number is 100, second number is 150, third number is 200. It is defined with variable A, B, C. बरोबर. आता या केस मध्ये I need to compare A with B. Hello. Okay, so here I need to compare value of A with B. Again, I need to compare value with A and C. If both condition true, then I will going to print A is greater. Next, B, I need to compare value of B with A and C. The same case, I need to compare the value of C with A and B. If any condition, if both conditions satisfies, then I can say this one is the largest number. Okay. So you need to use this logic to write a program. Just a minute. Now you can check my screen. Have you used? Okay, just a minute. Okay, check with this if loop. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C. Okay, have you written this statement like this? Hello.
Yes, sir. But value of ABC माझ्या वेगळी.
No, no, that is okay. But
Okay, sir. चालतं. Yes,
okay.
sir.
If you have taken this or logical or, you are in the wrong direction. See, I will tell you now. Now, what happens in this case? A is greater than. Okay, just a minute. Yes, A is greater than B. This condition will get checked. Okay, whether it is true, it is not true with this. But if I have made here, sorry, if I'm having the value of C is, let's say 50. Now check this condition again. If A is greater than B, okay, that's fine. A is again here, A is not greater than
Or
B.
च्या ऐवजी and वापरायला पाहिजे ना मग sir.
Correct. So you need to use here as AND operator.
And operator.
Why? Because I'm going to check A with B and C values. Correct. So when I'm going to
But
check,
तुम्ही व्हॅल्यू C ची मोठी घेतली ना, त्यामुळे मी ऑल वापरली.
नाही. So you should not use this. Okay. Or म्हणजे काय? If I want to find out any of the operand is correct, then this statement will get executed. I don't want this. What I want both operators should be correct. Both operands should be correct. Because when A is greater than B and when A is greater than C, it means A value is greater or the greatest. Again, I'm going to repeat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now when I'm going to use the same here, like B is greater than C and sorry, I will write here as A, here B. So B is greater than A and B, when B is greater than C, that means B is greater among A and C. So it will print my value B is greater. Now I will go to next condition. Let's say C and B. If C is greater than A and C is greater than B, if both conditions are true, then I will print yes, C is greatest number. Is it correct?
Sir, समजलं sir.
Yes. Okay. So when you operate here, when you use this OR operator, it means either this condition may be true or this condition may be true. या दोघांपैकी जर कुठली जरी condition true असेल, here statement execute will. But this is not the not case with our finding largest value. Okay. It has to check and it has to execute both condition true, then and then only we can say here A is a largest number, in this case B is the largest number, here in this case C is the largest number. Okay. Okay, so this is about finding the largest number among three numbers. Okay, you may take for homework as, okay, you can take this for your homework. Implement a program to find smallest number. Okay, what you need to identify now from this? Yes. Okay, so you need to identify the smallest number from the given three numbers. So which is the smallest? C is the smallest, but your answer should say the C is smallest number. Okay. With this, we will start with our second chapter. Yes. Now, second chapter is talking about the same point we discussed now, control structure. See, before starting with this chapter, control structure, there are very few cases, okay, there are very few cases where the program runs very simple. As like the example we have taken, addition program. So there is no any condition like whether I should go for this or the other answer. Okay, that means there is no possibility. It simply execute the addition operation and it will print the result of your addition, like subtraction, multiplication, division, and finding the remainder with modulo operation. Okay, so there are very few statements which are in this way. We call it as a sequential statements, and mostly we are facing to the statements where we need to have some conditions. Okay, now as like we are finding this maximum, minimum values, then the largest values, or you can say, hello.
तर मी स्क्रीनशॉट पाठवले म्हणजे इफ एल्स वापरले सर त्याचं चालतं का?
चालेल. See, for a single problem, we may have multiple solutions. Okay, but like that is what this is the main reason we can implement a program, we can solve a problem with multiple solutions. But what you need as an answer B is the largest number in our case. Okay. In this example, B is the largest number. If you have taken the value A is equal to 100, B is equal to 150, and C is equal to 50. Okay. If you don't get these values, this answer for those values, then you need to change. Okay. For your screenshot, I will check after this lecture. Okay. So we are here at the control statement. Okay. Okay, now focus here on the control statement. If you have remain implementation, so we'll get the introductory part. You will not get the introductory part of this control structure. Okay, so be on the screen now. Okay, now we'll start. So as I said, there are very less statements which don't have any complexity, which are very simple. As like we have started example with printing the hello world, printing the names, then printing characters, names, then addition program, subtraction program. Okay, arithmetic operations we have executed. But mostly what we are faced towards the conditions, like in sense of this uh, marks, then passing or fail based on your average marks, subject marks, then finding minimum, maximum numbers, or largest or the smallest numbers. Okay, for this case, we need to take some decisions whether to go for printing this value or printing the other value. Okay, to take this decision, we are having this control structure, and mostly the control structures are used in the programming part. Okay, when you are going to develop any application, at that moment you need to go with this control structure. Again, take an example. Okay, a simple example I will give you. Your timetable management. Okay, your class coordinator is implementing a timetable, right? So he has given us a timetable. Now, what are the conditions are there in the timetable? The faculty members who is allocated, let's say for PPS, I should not have the lecture on at the same time on the other division. Okay, this is one condition. That means when I'm allotted in, let's say for 2 days, 11:30 to 12:30. Okay, for A division. So while making my timetable, the I need to take care, like on Thursday 11:30 to 12:30, the faculty should not be engaged to some other division as it is already allocated to A division. Then there should be some gap between two lectures. Okay, again there should be like time frame. The lecture should start with 9:30 and it should end with like 4:45. There should be a lunch break of 1 hour. Then your total number of lectures during the week, let's say I'm having 5 lectures per week. So during the course of week, my lecture should get completed. Okay, then I may say like I want 2 days free. I don't want any lecture on let's say Monday and Tuesday. So the remaining like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So in 4 days, the timetable should be like should be set. My 5 lectures should be fit in those 4 days. Okay, so these are what different conditions, and how we are going to implement it. We are going to implement those conditions with control structure. Now in control structure again, it is divided into two parts. One is your control statement and other are loop statements. So what are those control statements? If else, okay, it is there in your syllabus. Control statements are if statement. Just now we have seen this is what a control statement. It controls these conditions. Okay, if statement. Next, if else statement, nested if else statement, else if ladder, switch case statements. Okay, almost all we have completed in these examples. Okay, just we'll go through again and we'll have some more examples on if else, nested if else if ladder. Okay, and the second category is loop statement. So what are loop statements? While loop, do while loop, for loop, and nested loop. Nested, that means nested of while loop, nested of do while loop, nested of for loop. The word nested, it means the loop within loop. Okay. Okay. For time being, you only understand nested means within. If I am having, okay, I will show you just for an example here. This we called it as a nesting. Okay, I'm having if loop, and within the body of this if loop, I'm having one more if loop. This we called as nested if. Okay, as like we are having for nested for loop, nested while loop, and nested do while loop. Okay, we will see how it implements. Then we have again the control, break, continue, and go to statements. Okay, so this chapter is very important when we are going in the programming, because it is very rarely the simple programs are used in the examination or at the time of interviews. Mostly the chances of the logic based or the condition based programs are asked in the interviews. Okay, so we need to focus on this aspect. Okay, so statement, what is statement? Statement is nothing but a simple instruction. Okay, are you clear with the introductory part of control statement? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what about others? Are you clear with the introductory part?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will start with the actual contents. See, we are talking about the statement now, but can you define the statement? Statement is nothing but instruction. Generally, we call it as an instruction in our programming. If you have seen the structure of C program, okay, so that is what a statement, general statements, or you can say commands, or you also call it as a instructions. C is equal to A plus B. This is one statement. I can clear screen. CLR, ACR. This is one statement. These statements can be divided into two parts. One is sequential statements and others are control statement. Now we have seen the example of sequential statement. If you take the example of, okay, I will refresh this. This is your sequential statement. The compiler will start compilation of your program from this hash include preprocessor directive. It will read this header file completely. Then the pointer will move to next integer main function. Then it will move to this. As it gets this double slash, it means there is a comment. It means this line is not considered for execution. Then your compiler will move to next line. It will recognize printf. Okay, now the definition of printf is here in the standard input output header file. It will recognize printf function is used for display the display the output. Okay, now as per the syntax, it will display hello world on the screen. As I have mentioned, the function main with integer type, it is returning 0 value. And if I click here, it will print the hello world. Okay. So this, we called it as a sequential statement. It executes in a sequential way, or it is also called, we also call it as a procedural. Next, control statement. Now, what happens here in the control statement? It again divides into 2 points. One is decision control and second is loop. आता हे लूप स्टेटमेंट कसे यूज करायचे किंवा लूप कशासाठी वापरतात? येस,
For repetition of program.
येस. जोपर्यंत आपल्याला म्हणजे टर्मिनेशन एक या केसमध्ये आपण काय करतो कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंटमध्ये वी आर गिविंग द सर्टन कंडिशन्स लाईक starting value and end value. Program need to repeat its execution. It means it is in the loop. कधीपर्यंत जोपर्यंत त्या प्रोग्रामचे टर्मिनेशन कंडिशन एक्झिक्यूट होत नाही तोपर्यंत काय करणार आपण तो प्रोग्राम परत 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 एक्झिक्यूट करणार. दिस इज नथिंग बट लूपिंग or looping control statement. Decision either this or this. Okay, just now we have seen in the example of two numbers. Okay, finding the largest in between two numbers. If this condition is true, that means my first variable is largest, else the second variable is largest. Okay, that means we are going to take decisions. Now for decisions, we are having if statement, if else, nested if else if ladder, and switch case. So we'll go through again sequential statements. Now the statement, I will read it for you. We have already discussed just now in the introductory part, but I will repeat for you again. The statements which are executed as per the sequence given in the program, such statements are called as sequential control statement. Here the example is taken as area of circle. We have also seen the example of area of rectangle, perimeter of rectangle, simple arithmetic operations, right? Now control statements. Statements which are executed by keeping control over the execution. Statements which are executed by keeping control over the execution. Such statements are called as control statements. Now there are two different types. One is decision control and other is loop control statements. In the decision control statements, which will be held to execute certain instructions or to skip certain statements by taking proper decision with the help of determining logical condition. So this is bit theoretical. We have just gone through simple examples, simple understandings. Okay, I will write a program for you again. A is equal to, let's say, 100. B is equal to 150. Okay, in a simple way, the meaning of this statement, the control statement which will be helping execute certain instructions or to skip certain statements. Now check, when I'm going to execute, when the compiler start execution, okay, up to this, it recognizes there is a main function, then it will recognize the values are initialized as of type integer, a is equal to 100 and b is equal to 150. Okay, now when my compiler will reach to this fifth line, it reads if a is greater than b. This is what a control statement, decision control statement. Now here the compiler has to take decision whether a is greater or b is greater. So it will read the value for a is 100 and it will read the value for b is 150. Now it has taken the decision like this is false. Okay, 100 is greater than 150. This case is false. So what it will return? It will skip this portion. Okay, if this condition is false, it will not execute this portion. The pointer will move to else and it will execute whatever the contents or statements or commands are here in the else loop. Okay, if this condition is true, it will execute this portion and this portion will be get skipped. Okay, so that is the meaning of this statement, the control statement, which will be helping to execute certain portion, certain instruction, to skip certain statements by taking proper decision. Okay, by decision with the help of determining logical condition, and such statements are called as decision control statement. Okay, now the syntax for if statement, if, and here we need to provide the logical operators. Okay, and again those logical operators should be in the round brackets. If is also a keyword. When I'm saying it's a keyword, the letters or the characters of if, it should be in the small letters only. Don't try to write in the capital letter. It has a different meaning. Okay, so you can check the color. Okay, the font color is changed. That means it is not a reserved keyword, but if you are written in the small letters, so now it will be in the blue color. So we called it as a reserved keyword. Out of 32, this is one, else is also one of the reserved keyword. So what is the syntax? If in bracket logical condition and open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Okay, if you have a single statement only, you need not to write. You can write this way. This is also okay, but make practice. The function, it should have the open and close curly bracket. Okay, this open curly bracket, if this condition is true, whatever you are going to write here, it is going to be executed. Okay, because this condition is true. If this condition is false, whatever you have written in the else, it is going to be executed. Okay, for an example, let's say b is greater. Also, I will try to do here addition, a plus b. Addition. Okay, I will write simply addition is equal to addition d. As I have taken the integer type of value, and I am going to print the value of c. Yes, I have not defined the c, so I will define the c. Okay. Sorry. Yes. If you write a simple statement, it is fine. If you have written any command or any instruction in the else, if this condition is false, then else, and whatever you have written in the else, it is going to be executed. Okay. This open and close curly bracket are called the body of this if, and here the body of else. From the above syntax, if is a keyword, logical condition needs to be mentioned in the round brackets, like as we discussed just now. This curly bracket represent the body of if statements. The result of logical condition, if the result of logical condition is true or 1, then entire body of the if statement get executed. Just we discussed again. And if this logical condition is false, the entire body of else statement is going to be executed. Okay, so the remaining point we will cover into the next lecture.